Hello everyone, this is the Underdoll, aka the German Viking, and I'm going to update the Zoe responding to what her latest criticism, because we know she is fond of being a victim in all of this, and apparently she has been responding on Twitter to criticism by acting like a victim, of course. So this is from Bounding Into Comics, and I'm going to link it in the description below. DC Comics writer, that's just amazing. DC Comics, she's writing for DC Comics and Marvel. That just blows my mind. Writer Zoe Quinn responds to reports of inconsistencies in the accusations against Alec Holocaust. Claims findings are gross misogynistic fake PI nonsense. So let's see. Zoe Quinn has returned from her self-imposed social media exile because, of course, she wants to act a victim. That's why she is doing this. Issuing a statement which she denies any responsibility for Holocaust suicide and refuses to address the recently uncovered evidence which directly contradict her initial accusations against Holocaust. Yeah, because... oh my god. So, taking responsibility is like a kryptonite for these feminists. On September 12th, Quinn reverted her Twitter account from private to public status and responded to the recent public backlash against her by posting a tweet containing 4 screenshots of text she had written in the Notes app of her iPhone. Reactivated but not really back. This is the only thing I have to say publicly about the last few weeks. Love and healing to those affected. Piss and pass for opportunistic creeps. Are you talking about yourself, Zoe? Are you talking about yourself here? Because that's what it actually sounds like. Just saying. And I can't actually read her statement from my main account because she blocked me, even though I've never interacted with her. I can, however, look at said tweet and actually read what she has said. So, no one coming forward about the abuse they face and telling their story is responsible for their abuser's suicide. Just as no one who chooses not to come forward who is responsible for the abuser's victims. Well, you have to prove your accusations, Zoe. Prove them. Suicide is an awful thing, full stop. I know this intimately as I have struggled against... Yeah, make yourself a victim. As I've struggled against it since I was a teenager, and I've been put on watch since the events and have been leaning on my support system heavily. Yeah, act like a fucking victim. Sorry for swearing. But this generally upsets me. I have nothing but love and sympathies for anyone else hurt in the wake of this. Bullcrap. Bullcrap. I'm saddened for how much harm and hurt so many of us were going through in silence. Oh, shut up. For whatever drove to hurt himself, Alec drove to hurt himself and others. I'm saddened that 8 years of quietly trying to move around this out of fear and to minimize damage and harm he'd caused only resulted in more harm to himself and others. Go F yourself. Jesus. This is what victim blaming looks like. And my only option remaining was to speak up about my experiences because I knew I could withstand the backlash from people who already are determined to hate me. I'm saddened that whatever Alec needed to heal before and after the truth started coming out, he couldn't obtain. I legitimately lack the words for how horrible all of this is. Yeah, bullcrap. You could have gone to the police, you... Ugh. I'm not going to dignify any of the gross misogynistic fake PI nonsense of strangers trying to scrutinize how imperfect a victim I was for cheap clicks and YouTube subs. Oh, go screw yourself. I'm not doing this for money or for fame or for YouTube. I want to expose the vile human being you are, Zoe. They're lower than ambulance chasers, and addressing tabloids is a waste of time because truth isn't really what they are looking for in the first place. All of the media is supporting you. Oh my god. My story has been corroborated repeatedly by everyone, including the family. No, it hasn't. There is no proof There is no proof, Zoe. No goddamn proof. My friends who were there, his co-workers, his roommates, and multiple other survivors. What? Show the receipts. So show the proof. Show the evidence. You haven't. But this was not about proving anything about him. It was about no longer keeping a secret that had been making me periodically suicidal inside. Yeah, act like a victim. I'm being suicidal instead. But screw the guy that just killed himself because of my false accusations. How the amount of self-righteousness, the balls on this woman. Anyone using this to bully anyone else into staying silent about the abuse is a monster. No one is trying to keep people quiet. You do though have to prove your accusations. That's the minimum of anything credible should be put, and it should be in a court of law, not in public opinion. You vile human being. Anyone going against the family's wishes to use their tragedy to harass people they've predetermined to hate is a monster. I don't have words for how effing disgusting it is to go through that I went through. I feel unfairly responsible for every new victim in 8 years in silence while being afraid of anyone finding out about what happened to me out of shame and a fear of ostracism, facing the backlash for speaking up, and then also facing the backlash for what happened next, all in the same week, that finding out that one of the other men I trusted most had sexually abused another woman and cutting him out of my life. My heart is with anyone else being hit by this tide. I don't think I'm ever going to be the same. Oh, go screw yourself. I deactivated to try to minimize the sickos who would try to mine my feed for more reasons to cause more pain. I will be posting again to promote my work. Yeah, what work? The Kickstarter where you ran off with $80,000 2 years, almost 3 years ago now, and you haven't produced anything of that money. You're a scam artist, you're a liar, you're a false accuser, which this should make you be put in jail. Defamation, slander. You're just a horrible human being, and you sit there on your pedestal talking down to anyone else, criticizing you as monsters while acting the victim because you had suicidal thoughts. But someone who actually went and did suicide, who had horrible mental problems, and you knew this, and you put him on public blast, making him basically ruining his life, and then acting like a goddamn victim. Jesus Christ. Because that's a part of my job I can no longer put off, and I owe it to my collaborators to show up for at least that much. Under advisement from my support network and mental health professionals, I will not be monitoring most aspects of this account for some time. I'm horrified by every element of this situation, and I never want to speak of it again. But I refuse to be sorry for naming a broken stair, and I refuse to be made an example of to discourage survivors from speaking up. See, she learned nothing, she doesn't care, she's a psychopath. Or a sociopath. She's out of her goddamn mind. Holy crap. This is insanity. Let's see if I can see anything else on her Twitter for if it. Yeah, she's making a Donna Troy one shot. Jesus Christ, why? Why? Oh my god, DC, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's continue to read the article. Despite publicly accusing Holoka of egregious sexual assault and emotional abuse and subjecting him to the unforgiving court of the internet opinion, Quinn begins to denying any culpability for Holoka's suicide, drawing attention on the topic of suicide to her recent struggles, and claiming to have nothing but love and sympathies for anyone else hurt in the wake of this all. Yeah, and the rest of the article is basically just summarizing what I just said. And it's astonishing. Let's actually read from what people are saying to this. No publisher who hires Zoe Quinn will get a dime of my money as long as she's there. Not even for the reprints. I've got about $500 in DC pre-orders through Amazon. I've cancelled them on all. Frack the idiot. Well, that's $500 lost, DC. Misogynistic comments. How typical to call them that than to actually address them. So people who are supposed to believe a known liar and deceiver account of things without any proof, but when some possible evidence that maybe dispute that account comes along, people should ignore it. Lol. That's a very good point. People have actually used her own words and evidence against her and calls it misogynistic. If that's not psychopathic, no remorse at all, and hand waves the evidence disproving her, I just can't anymore with this woman. She is vile. She is vile and evil. I don't have any other words for it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.